Hello, Burlington parents, and thank you so much for joining me for today's presentation on technology in our elementary schools here in Burlington. Today's agenda includes meeting the Technology Integration Team, learning how we support our students and staff, our iPad insurance option, caring for your iPad at home, student Gmail accounts and passwords, our Mobile Device Management System and our iPad applications, how to log into our Clever apps, our Seesaw Class and Family App, our GSuite of applications, and who to contact for technical support as we start this new school year. My name is Jen Sheffer, and I'm the Technology Specialist Teacher at Fox Hill School. My colleagues are Michelle Artizzoni, who's at Francis Wyman, Paula Weldon at Memorial, Dan Donoff at Pine Glen, and our Director of Technology Integration is Dennis Villano. Please do not hesitate to reach out to any one of the technology specialists in your respective building for ongoing technical support and any questions that you may have about educational technology. In terms of how we support our students and staff, first and foremost, we collaborate with our colleagues on effectively integrating technology into the curriculum. We do this through library programming as well as digital teaching and learning professional development. We also work very closely with our BPS IT department, which handles providing and servicing devices for students and staff, our network, the phone system, projectors and peripherals, accounts and password recovery, and they also work very closely with the town. In-school and remote support. First and foremost, we'd like you to communicate with your child's teacher whenever there is a problem or a question. From there, members of the BPS Library and Technology team can also assist. If necessary, we will get the support of our IT department, depending on the nature of the issue. And last but not least, if it's a broken device, and there is the insurance option available to you, you can work directly with the insurance company. We'd like to reiterate that if it is a broken device, to please not take it to the Apple Store to be replaced. Our one-to-one iPad learning program here in Burlington previously was for high school students only taking their device home. But starting this year, all students district-wide in all grade levels will be taking their devices home. The iPads are managed with BPS security and restrictions through our Mobile Device Management System. Our students use their Google for Education accounts. Teachers set expectations for use of the device, and there is a BPS responsible use policy and student handbook to serve as guides to you as a family. Ultimately, students and families are responsible for caring for their device. As I mentioned, the students and families here in Burlington will be reviewing and completing the BPS Statement of Responsibility in order to receive an iPad for this coming school year. You are taking responsibility of a $294 device, and a Google form will be sent to you as a family to complete in order to receive the iPad for this coming school year. Keyboard cases for students in grades 3 through 8 will be provided. Our younger students will also receive a case, and this case will provide extra added protection for the device. In addition to the case, we would encourage families to consider purchasing insurance through a third-party company, which Burlington has had a long-going relationship with. Worth Ave Group is the company. We highly recommend purchasing the insurance. It is optional, but it does cover losses, including cracked screens, spills, accidental damage, so on and so forth. The coverage is for $294, which is the entire cost of the device. It's for 1 year. The deductible is $0, and the premium is $60.50. You can click directly on this link to go to the Burlington portal to purchase the insurance directly with Worth Ave Group. This portal will be open all year long. And again, it is highly encouraged and recommended for you as a family to purchase the insurance to protect your device. If you have any questions regarding insurance, the support person for you is Fadine Satirial, who is on our BPS IT department. Her email and phone number is listed here on the slide, and she will be able to assist you with that process. And again, she has had this established relationship with Worth Ave Group. We as a district have had an excellent relationship with them, and it is definitely providing peace of mind for families who purchase the insurance. Once you have that iPad at home, it's important to realize and remember that it is a very essential, valuable learning tool for your child. We encourage you to charge it regularly so that when your child brings it to school, it is fully charged and they don't have to worry about having a device that has no power. We also encourage that when you're at home with your child, that they do not eat or drink near the iPad, and to really emphasize the importance of taking good care of that iPad when they transport it between home and school. We do have a case on those iPads, but the screen is made out of glass, so it's important to emphasize to the children how important it is to take good care of that fragile device as they're going to and from school. When the device is at school, it is on the BPS network, and therefore the iPads are being filtered. So any inappropriate content is filtered or blocked by our IT department, as are online activities of children. They're being monitored. We also have the extra added safety feature of disabling the App Store for students. Rather than the App Store, they will be using the Mobile Manager app, which will be available to them to install applications. All of the applications that students need to use for school are already on the iPad. They're approved by BPS staff members. So they'll be pulled from the self-service area of the Mobile Management app. The App Store restrictions cannot be removed, and there's no opt-out available for those restrictions. Here in Burlington, we really place high emphasis and priority on student and staff data privacy. So all of our apps, websites, and Chrome extensions are reviewed, and they are placed on an approved list on the district website, which is linked here on this slide. The app companies that we have approved have agreed to sign a student privacy pledge, and Burlington as a district is part of the Student Data Privacy Consortium. So again, student data privacy is our top priority and should really give you confidence and assurance as family members that your child is safe and protected online. When the child is at home with you and is on your home network, the iPads are not being filtered online. So it's important to discuss online activity and safety with your student. Being highly involved and supervising your child's online activity is recommended and encouraged, and staying on the cutting edge of technology tools that are available as they are always new and evolving. As a parent, one of the ways that you can stay current with that is by visiting the Common Sense Media website. They have an excellent parent section of that site and will help you stay on top of what your child may be exposed to in terms of digital media. We ultimately know that students are responsible for their online behavior, and especially as students get older, their digital identity can have a significant impact on their future. So even our youngest learners here in the district as elementary students, we are really encouraging them to begin to develop a positive digital identity, which can be to their advantage as they get older. As I mentioned, Common Sense Media is a website that has a wide variety of resources, tips, and tools for parents on web safety, digital citizenship, and all the aspects of that, privacy protection, online identity, and they have fantastic ratings and reviews of movies, music, video games, and more. There are lots of family technology ideas and guidance and articles, and as a parent of a middle schooler myself, this is a site that I rely on heavily. So we encourage you to visit it, and please reach out if you have any questions regarding this site. In terms of your child's Google account, this is a very critical piece of information for your child to memorize. We really encourage them to memorize their Google account username. The format of this is their LACID, which is their unique 6-digit identifying number at bps121.org. For safety and security reasons, this email address can only be used within the Burlington domain. That is for your child's safety and protection. But this Google account is needed for Clever, for our Google single sign-on applications, and our iPad applications, which are managed with Google accounts. We encourage you, again, to have your child memorize their Google account. Also, with their Google account comes their password. The first time they log in to their Google account, they will be prompted to reset their password. We will be suggesting a password format, and we'll be working with your child's teacher to ensure that those passwords are memorized and kept secure and confidential. They will be a minimum of 8 characters. They will be shared with you as parents, so rest assured you will have that information along with your child's teacher. We will ensure that the password is a mixture of upper and lowercase letters, as well as a special character. Again, emphasizing the confidentiality of the passwords to your child is essential, and we will ensure that we work with the child's teacher to create a nice, strong password. I mentioned earlier our new mobile device management system, Mobile, is now used to control security restrictions and applications. A new feature this year for our IT department is that they can manage iPads from wherever they are. They don't have to be at the school building, which is a huge advantage. Apps can be made available to families at their homes, as well as app updates can be made available at home. I just want to mention that the IT department does not include control over cameras. We just want to mention that. The other area of technology that is important for a parent to understand, as well as children, is our Clever single sign-on. So Clever is a portal that allows students to access commonly used applications for their learning. They log into Clever one time only, and then they will have access to the apps that are inside that portal. Clever is not an app itself. Rather, it is a website that can be accessed through Safari by typing in the link that you see here, clever.com/bpsk12/in. There is a shortcut to this website on your child's device, which looks like an app icon, but it is not a standalone iPad application. So just to make that distinction for you as a parent, once you tap on that Clever shortcut, you will be taken to a screen where you will log in with Google. And from there, that's why it's so critical for you and your child to have this information memorized. Your child's email address, that 6-digit lasted number at bps121.org, followed by their password. Some of the apps, once they're logged into Clever, that they will have access to include Symphony Math, iReady, Seesaw, and ST Math. These are commonly used applications by our students here in the Burlington district. One of the major apps your child will be using throughout the entire school year for their digital workflow is Seesaw. This app will be installed through the Mobile app in self-service. They will use the Class app for their student work. This is for assignments and feedback from their teachers. It'll also be used by teachers to communicate with you as parents. We love Seesaw here in Burlington because it promotes independent learning and creativity. It allows students to create a purposeful digital journal, which shows the entire learning process and not simply the end product, which is a great added feature for you as a parent to see the whole process. We love Seesaw because it supports a variety of learning, including audio, video, photos, drawings, and much more. Students will only see their work in their journal, which is teacher approved. There may be some teachers who opt to develop a Seesaw blog, which would allow students to see the work of their peers. And again, that is a teacher option. You as a family member will install on your personal device, whether that's a computer or a laptop or your mobile device, the Seesaw Family App. So you will receive this app. You can install this app from the App Store or the Google Play Store, and you can have up to 5 family members connected to your child's journal. This gives you the ability to comment on your child's work, to like their work, and also send private messages to your teacher, your child's teacher. You will only see the work of your child and nobody else. If you have multiple children in the district, you'll be able to toggle in between multiple children's journals. And again, when your child is home working remotely, they will use the Class app on their school-issued device. You, as the parent, will use the Family app. We mentioned earlier that we also use a suite of Google apps, including Drive, Google Docs for word processing. Google Slides is used primarily for presentations. Google Classroom is also for digital workflow, sending assignments, receiving feedback. We have Gmail, Google Meet for video conferencing, and some teachers choose to use Google Forms for assessments, quizzes, entrance and exit tickets, polls, and so on. Google Drive is the main application used for data storage. It's unlimited cloud data storage. So if there was ever an issue with your child's device and it had to be replaced through the Worth Ave Group insurance option, all of your child's work will be protected because it would be in Google Drive. So again, we encourage children saving to Google Drive. Often when they get their new device, they log back into their account and everything that they need is there, all their work, all their activities, and nothing has been lost. Google Meet is our video conferencing app that we'll be using throughout this school year. BPS teachers will use Google Meet for synchronous instruction, morning meetings, and a variety of other purposes. Students will join Google Meets through the Meet app that will be on their iPad, and students will be given a unique code to join Google Meet. So there will be no email or calendar invitation links sent. It will just be simply through the app with a code that will be given by your child's teacher. Your teacher will also share specific expectations with your child about participation and how to behave in a Google Meet. Expanding on the codes, again, it's given by your child's teacher. We're encouraging teachers to send these codes through a Seesaw announcement or to use the built-in link feature that's in Google Classroom right on the classroom header. Teachers will send those codes out shortly before the meetings begin. The teacher will start the meeting first. The students will then join. The teacher will leave the meeting last, the teacher will stay until all of the students leave the meeting. Then the teacher will leave the meeting. Those are best practices for video conferencing with students. As I mentioned earlier, the join codes avoid teachers having to send emails or calendar invitations. And for you as a parent, you just would go directly to that Meet app with your child on the iPad, supervising that. They enter the code and then they're in the Meet. A naming convention for the codes we're suggesting are the initials of your child's school as well as the teacher's name. So for example, mine would be FH Sheffer for Fox Hill Sheffer. But again, that is a teacher's preference, but that is our recommendation as BPS tech teachers. In terms of support for in-school and remote, again, I'd like to reiterate to communicate with your teacher first and foremost. We, as members of the library and technology team, are also there to support with integration questions. The IT department is there to support with device and connectivity questions. And then if the device is broken, it would be a Worth Ave insurance claim, which Fadine Satirial can assist with. Those are your contact people. And again, just to reiterate, to not take the device to the Apple Store for replacement. And finally, just want to, again, thank you for watching this presentation. I am Jen Sheffer at Fox Hill. Michelle is at Francis Wyman, Paul is at Memorial, and Dan is at Pine Glen, and Dennis is our director. If you have a question, please do not hesitate to reach out to us. If we don't have the answer, we will get it for you. We are here to support you in this unique time and in this very different school year, but we are committed to making sure that the technology ultimately becomes invisible so that the focus for you and your child can really be on learning and developing academically, socially, and emotionally. We're committed to helping our students become independent, creative thinkers and learners, and we're confident that with our dedicated teachers and staff, we can make that happen. So please stay connected to us by visiting our Google site for updated technology how-tos and related learning sessions. The links that you see here on this slide will take you directly to our Library and Technology Department page. You'll find BPS digital learning resources, staff and family learning, digital resources, and if you have additional questions, we invite you to attend our live Q&A session for elementary families on Thursday, September 17th. And I look forward to speaking with you then in more detail about any concerns that you may have. And again, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.